Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today I have to talk about what to me is the scariest thing by far of this entire pandemic that nobody is talking about. And we have to talk about some truths. There's just so much misinformation, but there are some truths that cannot be disputed. So what is the misinformation? We got to talk about the stats of what's going on. So it is easy to pull out stats to support whatever belief system you want to pursue. It is really easy to fudge numbers and twist numbers to support whatever you want to put out there. For example, let's say I'm like, this isn't that big a deal. Look at China. China, it's already went up and down. Only 3,600 people out of 1.3 billion people have died. Like, it's such a tiny number. This is no big deal at all. This is crazy. Or I could say, oh my gosh, look at Italy. Italy, the numbers keep going up, and they are much smaller than the US, so we're bigger, which means we're gonna have way more deaths. And we could lose hundreds of thousands of people. Just look at the numbers. Or I could point to Iran and their death rates, but for some reason, we don't like Iran, so we never talk about them. Like, you can change the numbers to fit whatever narrative you want. It's so easy to do that. Another thing people talk about is the death rate. Here's the truth, for sure. Every day the death rate keeps going down in the US. Why? Because more people are getting tested. There are so many people out there that have mild symptoms, that have coronavirus, that just haven't been tested. The death rate has to be much lower than what it shows. Like, what doesn't get missed is the people who die from the coronavirus. What does get missed is the tons of people out there. I mean, me, for example, if you look at my health records, I've never had the flu, ever in my life. Is that true? Of course not. I've just never actually went in to get tested to be confirmed that I've had any sort of influenza virus. But if you looked at my numbers, like, oh my gosh, whatever this guy's doing, he never gets the flu. But that's just not true. Another thing with stats that it's so easy to misinterpret is what is the true cause of death. So let's say you have a man that's 80-some years old, smoked his whole life, has heart disease, has high blood pressure, terribly unhealthy, right? And he gets coronavirus, and 2 days later he dies. What killed him? Was it the coronavirus? Was it the smoking? Was it the unhealthy lifestyle? Was it his age? Let's say you have someone in their 40s. So in Italy, of all the people that have died in Italy, only 9 have been under 40. All of those 9 had severe health problems. Obese, diabetes, heart disease, congestive heart failures, terrible health conditions. They catch this virus and they die. What did they die from? Did they die from coronavirus, or did their lifestyle kill them? Or was it heart disease? So some people are like, well, the flu is so much worse this year. 36,000 people die per year, 60,000 people die per year. It's like, well, where do these numbers come from? Has anyone ever looked? Have you ever actually looked how they come up with these numbers? Right? It's so easy to fudge these numbers. So it's the same thing. You have an elderly person who's very sick. They have diabetes, they have heart disease, they have lung disease, they have cancers, they have all these conditions. They catch the flu, then they develop pneumonia, and then they die. What killed them? Was it the flu? Was it the pneumonia? Was it the lifestyle that led up to it? Let's say a person's a lifelong alcoholic, drink their whole life. They have cirrhosis, they have cancer, they have liver disease. I mean, there's terrible health. They get drunk once again and go driving and get in a car accident and kill themselves. What was the cause of death? Was it an accident? Or was the lifestyle choices that led up to it? Like, it's so easy to fudge all these numbers, right? So if we just look at numbers, here's it, like, worldwide, there's been 15,400 people the last time I looked about that have died from coronavirus. In that same period of time, 13.3 million people have died in the world, right? So it makes it like, oh my gosh, that's like nothing. You could do it that way, or I could do it this way. In the USA, 467 people have died from coronavirus. But had they died from coronavirus? Or was it the lifestyle? Were they super sick? Would they have died 5 days later from some other virus other than coronavirus had they not caught the coronavirus, right? But let's just say, so far they've listed 467 people have died in the US from coronavirus. In that same time period, 177,000 people have died in the US. Now check this out. In that same time frame, how many people have caught infections in the hospital-acquired infections and died? 6,301 people. Like, we can play this numbers game both ways forever. I can pull numbers to support an argument either way. It's easy to do. But what you can't debate is this stat. is the people that are getting the most serious complications and the most likely to die are the ones with comorbidities. The people with other serious health conditions that drive their immune system down and make them more likely to, one, get sick, stay sick longer, and get serious complications. And this is what's getting missed by the media and everyone else for very good reason. This is intentional. I'll get to it. Right? You might sound a little crazy, but trust me, it makes sense when we get to it. So what are the comorbidities? One is age. So obviously, as you get older, your body doesn't function as well as it used to, right? As we get older, we don't run as fast, we don't jump as high, things just don't work as well as it should. But there's two types of age. There's chronological age, which is how old you are. Then there's biological, physical, or physiological age, which is like how old your body is based on function. So you all know, you've always seen, like there's the person that's like, they're 40 years old, but they look like they're 70. They look like hell. Right? They smoke, they drink, they eat terrible, they don't exercise, they have diabetes, they're way older than their chronological age. Those are the 40-year-olds in Italy that have died. Then you have the people that are 60 years old, but they look like they're 40. They're vibrant, they're healthy, they're jumping, they're playing, they just look amazing, they have great lives. So their biologic age is way less than their chronological age. There's a big difference. So what's the difference in those two ages? Your lifestyle, right? So what are the other comorbidities, or the things that make it more riskier, that your chances of dying from the coronavirus and the influenza virus? Smoking, obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. So what do all of these things do? They lower your immune function. So if your immune function is weak, you cannot fight off the virus. So what causes all of this that nobody is talking about? Our lifestyle, okay? So now, let's say, sidetrack, all right? So let's say, what do? Let's say you catch the coronavirus. You go to the hospital. What is the hospital gonna do? I've talked to multiple health professionals and different PAs and physicians and whatever. It's like, what do you do? And they're like, support the immune system. Like, there is no drug they can give you to just kill this coronavirus. There's some experimental ones out there, right? So what can we do? One, isolation. Okay, that makes sense, right? Especially if you are one of these people. And this is what's really scary in the US, is 60% of Americans have 2 or more of these. That's the tragedy that no one's talking about, which I'm gonna get to. That's the scary part. This is where we're losing control, and this is what they want, which I'll get to. But isolation, that makes sense. But then the doctor, as a doctor, is like, what do we do? What can we do? Fever medication, well, that's not a good idea. All a fever does is suppress a symptom. The fever is there for good reason. I mean, even cold-blooded animals, when they get a fever, you know what they do? They go to sun. They want heat, because heat is what helps kill off the virus or the bacteria that's in them. Experimental medications, that might help, right? Then everyone keeps talking about ventilators. This is so important. You go in, what does a ventilator do? It helps you breathe if you can't breathe on your own. Like it forces oxygen into your body because your body can't do it. What is that doing? Why are we doing that? Because all it's doing is trying to buy your body time to help give your immune system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days to kill the coronavirus. All it's doing is buying you time. It's not fixing you. It's just trying to help your immune system, right? So I can't find the stat. I would love to see what's the number of people who get put on a ventilator that actually pull through and survive, or do they just live 2 days longer, 3 days longer, 4? I can't find a stat on that, and I'm willing to bet it's not good. The thing we have to spend more time on is the lifestyle choices that are bringing down our immune system in the first place. I mean, this is how crazy the disconnect is. Okay. Anyone who reads any nutrition knows that simple sugar, soda, donuts brings down your immune system almost immediately. Terrible for immune system. I just talked to a physician or a healthcare provider yesterday where one of the health workers working in this brought in a box of donuts. Like that is the disconnect. Like that is what we're missing. That's so important. It's crazy. In New York, the leaders of New York have shut down our health club, right, where we teach lifestyle. But a liquor store is considered an essential business and allowed to stay open. Liquor crushes your immune system. Like the best thing to do is support your immune system. So what we have to focus on now and in the future is the choices that we're making that are causing this. Right, so years ago in practice, the reason I changed everything I do, and now everything I do is based on teaching people how to eat, how to exercise, how to think with gratitude, how to live a healthy lifestyle, to make all this go away so their entire lives get better. We have to do that. But here's the thing. They don't want you to do this, right? They don't want you. If all of us take control of our own health. Like right now, we've lost control. Everyone's lost control. You're locked in your house, you're scared. People are running out and stocking up on toilet paper. It's like, why? That's like a visceral response to have some sort of control over your life. But if you believe that you have no control over your health, then you need drugs, you need more vaccines. That's what you crave. You think like, I can't be healthy without more pills, more vaccines, more hospitals. That's how they sell stuff. So if people follow this and live the way I teach, you have so far less chances of getting heart disease, of getting diabetes, of getting cancers, and of getting any sort of acute flu, bug, or coronavirus, or rhinovirus. That's the secret, man. That's what we have to spend more time teaching. Another thing that's really, it's so sad but it's true. So some people, the overwhelming majority of people have these comorbidities because of lifestyle choices, okay? There are some people, they're just bad luck. Like bad luck happens to certain people, but so many people have made bad choices that they're taking resources from the people of bad luck. I mean, that's really unfortunate to me, right? So what we need to focus on, what we have to focus on is like, what can I do to take control of my health? Getting more vaccines isn't gonna do it. Taking more medications isn't going to do it. Obviously, we have to take control. So that's what I've been doing forever. So here's what I'm giving you. For Christ, I wrote a book on it. Like, this is everything I do. So I put together 15 years of obsessive learning. Like, this is all I do. And I packed it into one presentation where I go, the statistics I show you, it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But I show you step by step what you can do to take control of your own health. You are in control. Don't give control away. Your choices are the main factors that determine your outcomes, right? One of the most devastating things is when we are taught, and this is intentional, we're taught that we have bad genes, that it's bad luck, that our choices don't matter. And then when we don't believe our choices matter, we'll eat whatever, eat like junk, drink junk, and then go and we think we need pills to keep us alive. Now, I'm not some crazy, like there aren't really good pills out there, but we need to take control of our own health. So what I did, just watch it, man. If you are the type of person that wants to take control of your own health, right? Feel better, lose fat, get stronger, have more energy, feel amazing. Your immune system goes through the roof, so you almost never get sick. And if you do get sick, it's a very short period of time. Click the button, you can have it all for free. Like, I'm giving you everything for free, just hoping that some of you apply it, and in the future, like many other people have, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm down 50 pounds, I'm off 3 medications, I can't believe how much better I feel, my pain is gone, I'm sleeping better, my stress is down, like everything's amazing, I don't need these medications anymore, right? It's just the way to do it, man. So click the button, apply it now. If you find value in this, share it with people so more people do it. It's the only way. Like, it is the only way. I've been saying this for years. The healthcare system, the cost of our healthcare system, it's what's going to make this country go bankrupt. I didn't think it would be a virus like this that would cost us hundreds of billions of dollars almost overnight. Like, I wasn't expecting that, but it's like, oh my gosh, we need to wake up and take control and responsibility of our own health and our kids' health. This, like the lifestyle choices that we lead, this is what our kids are following. This is why kids are fatter than they've ever been. This is why 52% of kids have a chronic disease. It's the lifestyle choices that's ruining us. You have to take control back. Don't let them take your beliefs away that you don't have control. Take control of your health. Click the button, watch it. You have time to watch it now. Watch it multiple times. I packed so much information to this. Watch it and apply what I show you.